Cacoethes at 5-2 right now, the second choice. Shy for our post parade. You know, no lead pony for the English visitor, but a California bred. This is Cacoethes from a Keeneland sale purchase, $225,000 in September of '87, owned by Lady Jane Harrison, making his United States debut. Only his fourth race in 1990. He was second in the mile-and-a-half in his last start at Ascot. The rider is Ray Cochrane, sixth leading rider in England. The 33-year-old Irishman came back from a fractured pelvis, a fractured skull, and won the Epsom Derby in 1988. Number 2 is Shy Tom from the barn of William T. Young, trained by D. Wayne Lucas, a 4-year-old colt by Blushing Groom. Second, beaten just half a length in the Man of War here. His only turf start, by the way, this year. Shy Tom, ridden today by one of New York's rising young stars, Chris Antley. He won the riding title at Saratoga this past August. The 3-horse. This is a roan 6-year-old El Senor, trained by Bill Wright, whose grandfather, Horatio Laurel, was known as the Grand Senor. He won the Sword Dancer here at this mile-and-a-half distance, was 7th in last year's Breeders' Cup Turf, 9th, though, in his last start. And we should tell you also, El Senor drinks Budweiser. A little note there. The rider, Angel Cordero Jr., a Hall of Famer, has won this race 2 times, 1978 with Waya and 1988 Sunshine Forever. The 4-horse, this is Fast and Gold. An ambitious spot for this New York bred, was 4th in the Man of War, 7th, beaten 12 3/4 lengths at this mile-and-a-half distance in the Sword Dancer. The rider of Fast and Gold this afternoon, one of the best in the East, or really anywhere he takes his tack. We saw him as a red-hot rider at Louisiana Downs. Jerry Bailey, president of the National Jockeys Guild. The 5-horse is ALWUHUSH, a Group 1 winner in Europe, then won the Burke at Santa Anita last November. Was 3rd in the Caesars International in Atlantic City, unplaced 11th, though. Really an unexplained 17.5 length finish behind the winner in the Arlington Million. The rider, Jose Santos, Eclipse Award winner. He's won 2 of the last 4 of these Turf Classics, '86 Manila, last year Yankee Affair. And here's the favorite now at 7-5. Last year's Canadian Triple Crown winner with approval, set a world record here in 2:10-1 in the Bowling Green of the mile and 3/8. He won the title, was 2nd in the Sword Dancer, his last out 2nd in the Arlington Million. And the rider, one of America's best, Craig Perrette, winner, of course, of the 1990 Kentucky Derby on Unbridled.
Mile-and-a-half Sword Dancer at the end of July. And even though there's a bit of a weight switch against El Senor, I do believe that it'll be a 1-2 finish again with approval, and El Senor with approval.
Charles C., I know you have your eye on the Canadian roan.
Well, he is wearing those front bandages, and that shouldn't disturb anyone. He wore them when he ran a wonderful 2nd in the Arlington Million, so I don't think that that is any kind of a soundness problem with him. I think I'm going to line up with the English horse. I like Cacoethes. He's going to have probably a little something to say about who's on the lead.
All right, El Senor goes in. Now you see Fast and Gold, the New York bred. We'll bring you up to date on the records for this event. The stakes record, 225-1. The great John Henry. The track record, Secretariats. Let's go to Dave Johnson.
And the 6-5 favorite with approval, ready to move into line. This is a mile-and-a-half, though they'll pass under the finish line twice. And the flashy roan colt there is the final in our half dozen. And he's frisky. All set, mile-and-a-half, turf firm. And they're off. With approval on the outside, takes the early lead. At the rail, Cacoethes is right there and challenging. Cacoethes at the rail, and on the outside with approval, ALWUHUSH is now into 3rd. Shy Tom at the rail back to 4th. Fast and Gold between horses, and as usual, El Senor at the back of the pack, about 8 lengths off the leader, who is Cacoethes. And Cacoethes has the lead now by a tight length. ALWUHUSH on the outside into 2nd position. Shy Tom saves ground at the rail 3rd. With approval on the outside is 4th. Fast and Gold is 5th. El Senor at the back of the pack. And as they swing around the turn, Ray Cochrane has Cacoethes on a length and 3/4 advantage. ALWUHUSH is 2nd at this point. The first quarter in a lazy 24 2/5 seconds. As they move to the backstretch, Cacoethes in front from the start has it by 2. ALWUHUSH is 2nd at this point now with approval on the outside. Craig Perrette asks for some speed and gets a little bit of it. the half in a slow 49-1. Now down the backstretch, Cacoethes leads it by 3 parts of a length. As you can see, With Approval is edging up into second position, and Fast and Goal with Jerry Bailey on the outside is third, and ALWUHUSH toward the inside is fourth at this point. Shy Tom is now at the back of the pack as El Senor begins to close. 3/4 in 1:14-1. And they continue down the backstretch with a very slow pace. And Cacoethes, with Ray Cochran aboard, continues to show the way by about 1.5 lengths. And as you see on the outside, With Approval is right there second by a neck. ALWUHUSH at the rail, gaining ground a bit in third. Then El Senor starting to make his run with Cordero on the outside. Shy Tom and Fast and Gold is sixth and last. As they move to the top of the stretch, now Cacoethes draws clear by 4 lengths. Along the inside, ALWUHUSH is second ahead. With Approval is racing third, and El Senor is back into fourth position. They straighten away in the lane, and Cacoethes has a ton of horse there. Through the stretch, Cacoethes in front by 3. With Approval tries to close the gap. ALWUHUSH at the rail is racing third, and down the stretch they come. Cacoethes, who set those slow early factions, has a lot left for the Belmont stretch. Let's see if he can get caught. It's Cacoethes in front by 2. No, they're not going to catch him. Ray Cochran aboard Cacoethes by 2.5, and it's a tight photograph between With Approval and ALWUHUSH for the second and third places in this Turf Classic. The final time, 2 minutes 25 seconds. That's only 1/5 of a second off the track record set by Secretariat. They came home fast today, Chris.
Well, that they did, Dave. A 2:25-1 had been the stakes record here by John Henry. A 5th off that is Cacoethes, who again, Charles, you said you liked, and they said they thought he could go wire to wire, was really set up as the only speed. And what a weekend it's been for California breds. He is a Calbred, and Flying Continental, the Calbred, won, of course, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. They've been starring here in New York. We'll take a look at the replay.
Around there with his ears pricked, it was just a matter of how slow he could keep him for how long, and when he turned him loose, it didn't matter who was coming because he was gone. Big, long striding horse, he just galloped around here. This race was just a cakewalk for him.
The trainer, Guy Harwood, stayed in Europe today for the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. But I'll tell you, he's got to be very pleased. He won the Man of War here with defensive play just 2 weeks ago.